Hello viewers and welcome back to our YouTube channel where we constantly update you for your dream job. We are back here once again with a much requested video for a 20-day strategy to crack Wipro NLTH 2022. Now we've come up with a similar video in the past to help you crack TCS Ninja with a 20-day strategy. And because you guys like that a lot, we've come up with a similar video for Wipro NLTH with an effective 20-day action plan to help you crack it. But before we start today's video, don't forget to hit the bell icon for all notifications for our latest videos. Also, let me tell you that Cantilever Labs is now offering a free course for all of you aspirants with which you can prepare for aptitude, coding, mock interviews and test series for absolutely free and crack top companies with hiring exams like TCS Ninja, TCS NQT, Wipro, Infosys, Capgemini, Cognizant and many more. Kindly access this course through the link mentioned in the description box below and register for free. So I am Jenica from Cantilever Labs and let's get started with today's video for a 20-day strategy to help you crack Wipro NLTH 2022. Okay, so guys, now as you can see, this is a 20-day strategy to help you crack Wipro NLTH 2022 batch. And like I mentioned earlier, the TCS video that we made before this is also available through the link mentioned in the description box below. So now let's get started with this video. So basically, this is the Wipro NLTH notification that was released. So as you can see, the registration already started on the 23rd of August and the registration would end on the 15th of September. So as you can see on the screen, the online assessment would be anytime between 25th September to 27th September. So guys, now what you need to understand is even if you calculate the timelines well, then what you can understand is that you have less than 25 days now to completely prepare for this exam, which is why we've come up with this video to help you crack it with a 20-day strategy. Now, what we require from you guys is that let's take a look at the test pattern. So as you can see, there will be 5 sections in total: verbal ability, logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude, essay writing, and coding. So now what action plan we've devised for you is that you need to put in at least 1 hour every day for quant, 20 minutes for verbal, 40 minutes for logical reasoning or the reasoning section, and 1 hour for coding. So technically what we require from you right now to help you crack this exam is that you need to put in 3 hours every day. And if you do this at a stretch of 20 days, then you will be easily able to crack the Wipro NLTH exam for 2022. So guys, now how we've done this is that Wipro started its hiring for NLTH freshers in 2020. So over the course of from 2020 till now, we have analyzed over 10 plus papers and we've thoroughly analyzed how these papers are, the paper pattern and all, to come up with today's conclusion. So we have thoroughly analyzed what kind of topics are very repetitive and what topics to give more attention to. So through the course of today's video, we will be sharing what are the more important topics which have more weightage and what topics you should concentrate more on so that you can easily crack this exam. So clearly, as you can see, this is the test pattern and we have come up with a 20-day strategy. So like I mentioned earlier, you will have to give in 1 hour for quant every day, 20 minutes for verbal, 40 for reasoning and 1 hour for coding. So now let's take a look at each day how much you need to concentrate and on what topics. Okay, so now one more information as well as that through this exam, you will be applying for the role of a software engineer. The profile is a software engineer, which comes as a CTC of 3.5 LPA. So now moving on to the daily 20-day strategy. So as you can see, this slide is specifically for the first 6 days where we have put the topics on a priority basis. So like I told you earlier, the more important topics have been ordered into the first week of your preparation. And let's take a break into this. So basically, like I mentioned earlier, in quant, you will have to give it 1 hour every day. And in arithmetic is mostly where you get the most number of questions from. So basically what arithmetic means is that this will include topics like time, speed and distance, time and work, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, LCM, HCF, and divisibility. So these are the more important ones which will be covered within the week 1 itself. So concentrate and do and solve sums which come under these topics. So now moving on to verbal, where we have put that you have to practice for 20 minutes every single day. So the more important topics under verbal are RC and parajumble. So basically reading comprehension is the most important part, where you will be given a passage and under that passage you will have some 2 to 5 questions or so, and on the basis of your understanding of that passage you will have to solve those questions accordingly, which will be asked under it. And then for parajumbles as well, you will be given some 4 to 5 lines and you have to arrange them, jumbled lines which you have to arrange so that it forms a logical passage. So these are the more important ones under verbal, and then the other is vocabulary for plus synonyms. So this is what you have to do for verbal in the week one, the first 6 days. Now moving on to reasoning, where you will have to give 40 minutes every day. So guys, now reasoning is basically divided into data interpretation and the other part is logical reasoning. So under data interpretation, linear arrangements and circular arrangements, as you can see on the screen, are the most important ones. So these are the ones that you have to give the most amount of weightage to and the most time and attention to detail to. So get the linear arrangements and circular arrangements part done within the first 6 days itself. And now moving on to the other part, which is logical reasoning, you will have syllogisms here. So practice on these as well, but give more importance to linear and circular arrangements. Now again for coding, which will require you to give 1 hour every day. So the more important one here is arrays and matrices and linked lists. So this is what you will be doing in the first 3 days. And now moving on to the fourth, fifth, and sixth day. So you will basically have to do 2 coding statements every day. So practice 2 coding statements every day along with arrays. So now this is the weekly breakdown of the first 6 days that you will have to do. Now let's move on to what you will do in the next week. So now let's take a look at the topics that you will be covering from the 7th to the 12th day. So basically all the first priority topics are the most important ones have already been allotted to the first 6 days. So basically 50% of all the questions that will be coming in the paper are already covered as the topics to be tested under the first 6 days. So now the remaining 30% or 30 or so percent is what will be covered from the 7th to the 12th day. So basically starting with quant, here numbers, decimals and fractions, permutation and combination, probability are very important topics. And similarly RPV, which is ratios, proportions and variations, is an important topic. Geometry and coordinate geometry too are quite important. And basically under geometry, you will have surfaces, 3D, volumes, areas, all of these topics that you're already aware of are the topics that you need to prepare specifically under geometry and coordinate geometry, which are quite important. Now moving on to verbal, you will have vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms. So basically antonym is an opposite word for the word given and synonym is a similar word for the word given. So all of these will be covered under the vocabulary, synonym, antonym section. And another important thing here is sentence formation, sentence completion, subject-verb agreement, articles and tenses. So basically you will have articles which are indefinite and indefinite. And under tenses, you will have 3 types which are further divided into another 4 types. So totally you will have 10 tenses forms to study. So now for reasoning, you will have blood relations, and the most important part for this is data interpretation, which will have things like line graphs, bar graphs, Venn diagrams, etc. So basically this is the most important part for reasoning and also quant-based DI. So give a lot of time and effort for quant-based DI because this is quite important and a lot of questions under this will be coming. So basically quant-based DI is one of the top priorities to prepare in the logical reasoning. Now moving on to coding, you will have stacks, searching and sorting, data types, functions and 2 coding statements. So like I told you earlier, prepare 2 coding statements every single day. And how you can do this is you can take previous year papers of famous exams like TCS or Wipro, and you can take and practice these 2 coding statements from there. And you can also try and execute them so that you will get a very good grasp on this. And you need to be well versed with 2 coding statements every single day. And another thing that comes under coding is recursion and iteration. So this is also something that you need to focus on. So basically this was the action plan for 7 to 12 days, where the remaining 30% of the syllabus is covered. So all of these topics are important and some topics have put more stress on. So take a note of it and prepare for those particular topics with more attention. So now this was for the 7th and 12th days. Let's take a look at what you will be doing next. So now for the 13th and 14th day, what you need to do is, for quant, focus on clocks and calendars and logarithms. So basically how you can do logarithms is that there's a set of 10 to 15 formulae that you need to by heart. And if you are able to do that, then you will be easily able to solve any logarithm question. So logarithms is an important topic. So just take a note of all of these 10 to 15 formulae and by heart them. Now for verbal, you will have prepositions and conjunctions and speeches and voices. So basically here voice means active and passive voice. So concentrate on that. For reasoning, guys, now I think I have already stressed enough about how important quant-based DI is. So even on the 11th and 12th day, this is what was allotted. So even on the 13th and 14th day, this is what you need to do because this holds a huge chunk of the question that will come and this has a huge weightage. So practice quant-based DI, and you will definitely get some questions on this in the paper. Now moving on to coding. So something that's newly been introduced is scenario-based coding questions that most companies are including in their coding section. So this is not much different from a regular coding question, but here it will just come with an entire story that you need to filter down to. So it basically they'll give you an entire story and read through that story and understand what the problem statement is. So technically, it's not that much different from a regular coding statement, but here it's just that it comes with a lot of additional data that you need to read through and understand what the exact problem statement this is and how you can solve the question. So just practice some scenario-based questions based off of previous papers. And if you can't find the previous papers, then you can definitely check out Cantilever Labs' website, and there also we have a lot of Wipro-related papers. So these scenario-based papers you can check out of TCS or of Wipro or any commonly accepted hiring exam, and you will definitely find such questions for your practice. Now for the 15th day, what you have to do is do an entire revision of everything that you've done so far. So from the first till the 14th day, what all topics, everything that you studied for, revise all of that thoroughly, and if you want, you can make some notes for yourself so that in the last minute also you can refer to this formula or those notes that you made for yourself. So 15th day cater completely to revision. Now for the 16th and 17th day, you need to solve previous year's questions. How you can solve these is come to our Cantilever Labs' website and you can find previous year questions for Wipro NLTH. So dedicate your 16th and 17th day entirely to solving previous year questions so you can get a good understanding of what kind of questions are very repetitive and what kind of questions you need to put more effort on. So now, after having done all of this, for the 18th, 19th, and 20th day, finally, you need to do at least 3 mocks. So why? I'll tell you why mocks are important. So basically, if you do the first mock and you find that you've done some errors in a particular topic, then you can revisit that topic, strengthen your core of that topic, and come back again. So mocks basically help you. I don't think I need to put a lot of stress on this, but I think you all understand about how important mocks are. So they help you rectify and analyze your mistakes. So basically, if it's better if you can do more than three, but try to get at least 3 mocks done before your final exam, so that you're thorough with all the topics and you understand your areas and you understand your strengths and weaknesses. So do at least 3 mocks, and this is a very important part to cover. So dedicate your 18th to 20th day in solving mocks, and I'm sure that this will definitely go a long way in helping your preparation for Wipro. Now, moving on to the next part of what we will offer you for your preparation. So, basically, Cantilever Labs is now offering free toolkits to help you crack Wipro NLTH 2022 batch. So, basically, what you need to do to access this free toolkit is that you need to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this video to your friends. And finally, comment down in the comment section. Just put in your Gmail ID, and we will get back to you, and we will send you the free toolkit that we're offering. So I'm repeating this again. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and comment below your Gmail ID so that we can reach out to you with the free toolkit. Now I'll just be showing you what this free toolkit and what all this free toolkit is and what all this includes. So this is what the toolkit includes. Alright, so guys, now this is the free toolkit that Cantilever Labs is offering for Wipro NLTH 2022, which includes the complete syllabus for it. So now instead of going to tons of data of other websites and inaccurate articles of what the actual syllabus is and how to actually prepare for it, so Cantilever Labs is the one-stop solution for you to access this free toolkit and to get the relevant and the most accurate data that is available. So actual Wipro questions, actual Wipro syllabus, and all of that is included in this toolkit. So as I showed you guys earlier, for quantitative ability, these would be the topics. And if you prepare for all of these topics, it's more than enough for your preparation for Wipro. Similarly, for verbal ability as well, all of these topics would be included in the free toolkit as well for coding, etc. So like I mentioned, all of it is available in this, and it's accurate data that we have processed over time. So in order to get access to this course, like I mentioned earlier, just drop in your Gmail ID in the comment section and we will mail the free toolkit to you. And guys, not only this, we also offer free toolkits. We have free toolkits for TCS and other exams as well. So accordingly, you can comment down in the chat box and we will get back to you with it. So, and we also made a very similar 20-day strategy for TCS Ninja as well. So if you haven't checked that out already, I would strongly recommend you to do so through the link mentioned in the description box below. That video will definitely help you in your preparation for TCS as well. Alright, so guys, now to get any updates with respect to internships, jobs, exams, company hiring, anything that you could possibly think of as a student, we offer all of these updates time and again on various forums like LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram, YouTube, Quora, Discord, as you can see on the screen. So make sure to follow us on all of these channels and platforms because we come up time and again with updates for all of these, be that for internship, for exam hiring, which would also include the syllabus, date, last date, registration, test pattern, anything that you could possibly want to know. So follow us on all of these forums and you will receive regular updates for everything that you might want to know to get hired to these companies. So guys, now in the past we've also made various videos on Wipro, including the registration process and the syllabus as well. So if you haven't registered for Wipro already, make sure to check that out. Check that video out through the link mentioned in the description box below. Also, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notifications for all latest updates. Kindly let us know through the comment section below as to what topics you want us to make our next videos on, and we will be more than happy to do so. If you have any doubts with respect to this video as well, kindly put them in the comment section and we will get back to you. So guys, now this was all for today's video. Make sure to check us out and follow us on all of these platforms. Happy learning and thank you.